Oh, look at that. You can't share video clips anymore.
Really?
No. Wow, they keep cutting the free stuff to get you to buy the real good deal. That's all right. Anyway, so we're here. Legends Con meetup is what we're talking about here. We just got the little link Everbright link. I say we. When I say we, I mean Brian.
With supervision.
Yeah, the link there. You get your ticket for the Legends Con meetup. It's free. It's not really a thing. We have a loose schedule on there. We're going to go over.
Sure.
Maybe answer a few questions, whatnot. Maybe talk about a few people who will be there. But yeah, Legends Con meetup, September 19th to the 21st. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're doing this because, long story short, of course, the Legends Con got canceled in March. A lot of people with tickets, plane tickets, now just have vouchers. They don't travel that much. So they're saying, what are we going to do? And then later on, I reached out to Brian about maybe let's do a meetup. And because Twin Sons was going to do a donation drive then. And so I reached out to Brian to see if we could do this, meet up, and continue the Twin Sons donation drive. And so that was one of the big deals we wanted to do with it. But we also wanted to make it a fun weekend. It looks like it's going to be a fun weekend. We got an excellent deal at the Sparks by Hilton Hotel in Richardson, Texas. That is one of the small towns around Dallas. We may as well say Dallas.
Right.
Because Dallas is a conglomerate of all these towns now. But if you really want to be specific, it is south of Plano. But you would still, if you were flying, you would still fly into Dallas and whatnot. But it would be in Richardson. It is a phenomenal. In fact, I should be sharing my screen and pulling that up. Let me get Sparks by Hilton and kind of showing you what we got here. Hold on, not Galveston. Where did we just say?
Sparks by Hilton, Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson. Why is it not popping up? My search history has been deleted.
That's not
It'll
great.
cheat it. What happened? Okay. It just wasn't part when I hit Sparks by Hilton. Okay. Let me share here. That's not share. Change things up here. Here we go.
Nah, it's good. They've given us good amount of rooms too.
So here it is. This is a really nice one, a 9.1 rating I saw it at. But I mean, you get breakfast is included. We're getting a lower. It's like what, $74 a night?
Yeah, so they were doing the kings. King bedrooms were at 73, and I think they were doing the double queen bedrooms at, I want to say it was 82 a night. So it's not that expensive.
That's phenomenal. So you can split. So it's a very decent deal. Really nice. It's, you go through here, you get free breakfast, of course, included. It just recently got renovated, so these are the rooms. Really, really just nice, top notch. Got a little bit of a pool. Got an exercise gym. I was going to say that I will never see, but I'll probably go early in the morning. And
I'm sorry, I was wrong on the pricing. It's 74 for the king bed with tax, and then 79 for the two beds.
Well, there you go. It's even better. So 74 for the king, 79 for the twins. That has a little eating area, so it looks like all of us could eat here easily. Mm-hmm. We expect a low, an empty hotel because the next week is when the Texas State Fair is.
Right.
So
this should be a lull.
There's going to be a lull that weekend before, which is probably why we're getting such a great deal. And we're getting the conference room, which there is no picture of the conference room here. Oh, but there is that free breakfast. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to make me some waffles, falafels, and pancakes and stuff my face with donuts and OJ.
Get all that energy.
What I'm going to do. And so when you go, by the way, you will ask about you will just say for the, you're here for you're
just for Twin Sons Foundation?
For Twin Sons Foundation.
Yep. That's all you need to mention. And they'll put you in we have an unofficial hotel block set aside. And we're looking at, I think as long as we can get 15 rooms taken up, we get that conference room for free, and we can use it whenever for as long as we want.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see Mandy's friendly party. Yeah, I don't see a picture of the conference room, but we get that for free. We're going to get that regardless, I guess, of all the stuff we got. Oh, here's a gallery. Let's see. It's in the gallery. Oh, amenities.
We are going over the hotel now. We'll go over kind of like our loose agenda in a little bit too.
Yeah, we're going over events next. We're under event. So look at that. That's not the conference room. There must be a conference room here. Rooms.
They did say the rooms are a little bit on the smaller side, but we're not expecting a large crowd for this particular event.
I don't really. I mean, yeah, because look at that. That bed's huge. Looks like it takes up most of it. But to be honest, I don't need a big hotel room. I've never understood the appeal of getting this big hotel room. It's just a hotel room. It has a desk for you to sit down, to do any videos or whatnot. Has a bed. I don't really need a big room there. But anyway, I'm super excited about that. I only stay at nicer places. So, oh, yeah. Do they change sheets daily? You know it, Tim. You know it. Love to see Tim there. I know I won't be able to go. What time activities? Okay, so activities. Well, I will be in Thursday evening, if not earlier.
I'm going to try to be in about midday Thursday myself.
I'm trying to do that as well. We're trying to mix things around. What happens is I may be working in the area that way. That's the plan, at least. I haven't gotten that approved yet.
Yeah, but you're getting a good day for volunteering.
I am. I'm getting a volunteer day off. So anyway, so Friday morning's kind of like a meet and greet. As people, I'm sure, are getting in by then. I don't know. Everyone will be in on Thursday. They may be traveling Friday and getting in, and that's fine. That Friday.
Do you want to go ahead and share the Eventbrite page?
Oh, yeah. It should be in the description, but let me go ahead and post that.
We can screen share it too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see, because I think we put the pseudo agenda on there. It's not 100%, but it's close.
Oh, geez, that came across in two posts there online, so that's awful. But it'll be in the description of this video, the whole link wheel, the Eventbrite thing, for you to look at the schedule there.
It's not giving me the option to share it, so maybe you'll need to.
Okay, that's no problem. Let me go. Hello. Where is it? There it is. Hold on just a second here. Download tickets. Where am I doing? I'm browsing events. Is that where I'm going?
Yeah, you got to go browse events. You can actually search for events in Richardson.
Oh, no. I'm trying to find the event, our itinerary.
Our itinerary is on the event page. I
got to go back to the event page.
Yeah, go back to the event page, and the agenda should be there.
Hold on. Let me go to browse events. And do I just type in Twin Suns? Or no, I can type in Richardson.
You can type in Richardson. You can type in Expanded Universe was one of the things I looked for, and it came up relatively quickly.
Okay. Oh, wait, I'm not sharing. Okay, hold on. Watermark. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the free version comes down is coming down on me, man. They really want me to spend money.
Is it?
Here we go. Let's see. Let's share this thing here. There we go. So I'm on the site. I typed in Richardson, Texas. We saw something on here that was interesting, right? They
yeah, there was a Cantina event. Go back up. I think you're actually looking in West Monroe.
There?
No, I think you're looking in West Monroe.
I am. Oh.
It did that to me too. I had to click back to United States.
That's weird.
Richardson, and it did weird stuff. So when I did Richardson, you can search Richardson for Expanded Universe. It comes up pretty quickly.
Okay, I will. Expanded Universe.
Should be like
so. This is the Eventbrite site, but it is also on the description of this stream here. And there it is, right there, just added.
Yep.
Boom. So I'm going to go to it. Are you still seeing this now?
We are.
Okay, good. So we are on this one. There's get tickets. There's date and time. Here's the agenda.
Oop.
All right.
Actually, the share
You can't
portion
see
did
that.
freeze on us.
Okay, hold on. We'll back out because sometimes it does freeze.
It found the search just fine, but it didn't show us what we were looking at.
That's right. There we go. Now we got it.
Yep.
So book hunt. We're going to a bunch of half-price books. Geeks Addicts does these runs all the time. So he's going to take us on a little run that afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably pick up a lunch and go. Of course, if your plane's still getting in or you miss out, that's fine. Hang out at the hotel. We'll be back. We'll be doing a dinner. And then after dinner, we're going to use that conference room in the mornings and then the evenings, late evenings. We'll do games and hang out, Star Wars themed games like board games, RPGs. I know Scott Johnson was talking about bringing the card games and stuff, the one he plays. So, and just having fun.
And Sabacc and Pazaak will be broken in.
Sabacc and Pazaak, yeah, all those things will be taken out. So it's going to be, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to play Pazaak and everything. I think
rumor has it a copy or two of Queen's Gambit may show up.
I think, yeah, they will actually. Hold on. Let me just.
No, it's all sorts of board games. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it will be a great time. And let me see if I have. Tristan said he was bringing something there, but anyway, I can't look at his. I'll look at his post later. So that's what we'll be doing both nights, just kind of hanging out there. In that next morning, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That next morning, Saturday morning, we will be doing a More Civilized Age live. We won't be doing our regular More Civilized Age in the late evening. We'll be doing it later on that morning, Saturday morning, with everyone
probably
there.
Around 10 in the morning or so, around then?
Around 10 in the morning.
And that's Saturday?
Yeah, 10 in the morning that Saturday or whatnot, so everyone can wake up, go. We may, if everyone's up, we may start early. Doesn't matter. It's kind of loosey-goosey. But definitely want to do one live while we're there. We think that'd be a lot of fun. As of now, I think everyone will be there. Meg may have. She's looking at her schedule. But, of course, Ryan, Geeks Addict, and I will be there.
Ooh, so it's like a More Civilized Age with a live audience. That'll be
It's a More Civilized Age with a live audience. We're hoping to get everyone on and everyone to say hello and whatnot. But that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And then from there, we'll be gearing up to go to the Twin Suns Foundation donation event. And this is the big one, right? This is the big one that is the whole purpose of us going here. That we want to go to it's the Children's Hospital. I'll let you talk a little bit about it with the 501st.
So yeah, we're going to the Cook's Children's Hospital. It's in Dallas. It's about an hour away from the hotel venue, but that's okay. We're only going there for about an hour. We're going to be heading there probably around 11:30 in the morning. We'll leave. The event's actually at 1. We're going to try to get there a little ahead of time. Yeah. Meet up with the 501st. My understanding is the 501st is actually probably going to arrive there around noon to start changing in the costume. The hotel is the hospital is allowing us to have, I think, around 20 people total. And I asked for them to allow us 10 slots for the Twin Suns side, with 2 members from Twin Suns Foundation actually picking up 2 of those slots. The remaining 8 will be first come, first served to anybody attending who wants to go and help us donate those books. And then the other half of the slots will go to the 501st for them to be in costume. They might allow us up to 25. And if that's the case, I'm happy to let the 501st take up more spots, because I think the kids will be more excited to see the costume people than the crazy Star Wars fans.
Yeah. But if you want to be one of those 8 to go along, please go ahead. That'll be first come, first serve.
The books that we're donating on this event, by the way, we're going to be doing the purchase for those tail end of this month. The funds are already raised for that, so we're not worrying about fundraising on this particular event. But we are asking anybody who wants to come, if you have any new books or used books you want to donate, we'll take care of those too while we're there. Make sure they get to a good home as well.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do if we do end up like, let's say we have 15, the minimum, whatnot, and 10 are going there. Where were those other 5 go, or 4, 3, 2, what, me? I don't know if it's just me. I'm sitting at the hotel, but,
Nah, we're gonna force you. I'm gonna track you with GPS and make sure you're going to little free libraries.
I will give up my spot though if we have too many people. I'm totally fine with that, because I would lead if we did have it split open. I would lead one with if there's used books. Twin Sons can't donate that to a hospital or whatnot because they've been used before for sanitation reasons, even though they wipe everything down.
Yeah, we Clorox wipe them all.
So my idea is with the used books, what we'll do is go to some of those, friendly neighborhood lending libraries, the free library, little tree houses or whatnot you see around
little
town.
Free libraries, and Boys and Girls Club might be an option too.
Yeah, well, I know someone in the area, so we'll look around for a plan B to do that. In the meantime, that's if we just have too many, but hopefully that's going to be the most fun. Going there, donating books. I've been part of several Twin Sons drives, and that's so super fun. And this is one of the whole reasons why. Because it's funny, because Ryan and I, once Legends Con got canceled, we said, what about a meetup? I said, dude, no. I mean, who would want to just meet up for no reason? The guests aren't going to be there. That's part of the reason they go. Yes, the reason you go see everyone else, but I don't think everyone goes there just to hang out. And then I started thinking, I was like, well, if we could do that Twin Sons drive, that would be something I'd like to do or like to have done. And of course, y'all were still planning it. You just didn't know when and who was going to be running it. It was going to be some local chapter or whatnot. But now this way, because y'all had vouchers, so now we can all go and do it and hang out too and have a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, please join us, as Darth Vader says. And if not, that's totally fine too. It's not that we're making any money off this.
No, and we might actually try to do like a live stream outside of the hospital too, depending on what the situation allows for, as we try to get everybody involved in this type of stuff just for the fun of it. Obviously, we can't do it while we're inside, but just for the heck of it, just for everybody can see what we're doing. At minimum, we'll get some photos of the books and whatnot, everything going on. As we like to make sure as many people as possible are.
Yeah, and as for dinners and lunches, we'll kind of do our own thing as we go around. There's a lot of options in the area, so we'll try to do at least
what we were specifically looking for when we were looking at that hotel was a lot of options.
Right. There's a lot of options there, and I like unique options, hometown options we don't have here. I'm always bugging Brian when I'd go see him. I said, give me a place I don't have. Let me see something local, And so I want to see the same around Dallas, the Dallas area. There's lots of little places. So for dinner, it'll probably be more of a, maybe we'll have one call ahead to book 15 or a big party or whatnot if they can. Or, we'll, and for lunches, maybe loosey-goosey just in packs, or maybe all together, doesn't matter. But either way, those will kind of be social gatherings. And then, of course, at night, we'll go ahead. We can invite the authors. Yeah, if we see any, there it is. Look at that. How to be in my area. Tell them we're doing a live hospital donation meetup. Yeah.
Sure. I don't see why not.
That'd be wonderful to get one of them in there. But either way, though, that's going to be a lot of fun. I get to see Scott again. That's another plus for me. Mm-hmm. Tristan from Minox Nest will be there. He confirmed with me earlier this week.
Nice.
That he's going to be there. He wouldn't miss it. It's been fun. It's been a year or two since I met up with Tristan. He finally stopped by on his way zipping back and forth, which now he's moved, so now he's never coming back this way. But he did stop by on his way up here, so I was or his way back, I guess, home. So it'd be nice to see him again.
Twin Sons side, I think we'll have Amelia there. I know Dylan's otherwise occupied, I believe, that weekend, so I'm not expecting him to be available.
Yeah, Dylan may be busy, but if you haven't met Amelia, she's just a little bundle of joy. She has a lot of energy, a lot of spunk, and she was she was at Celebration, wasn't she?
Celebration Chicago. She was there with us. Yeah,
that was the last time she kind of made an official outing there, but this is in her backyard, so she will be there, and I'll be super happy to see her, and for people to meet her, because she is also one of the trifecta there at Twin Sons, and I've dealt a lot with her because she deals with the Ren Network and whatnot. And,
yep.
So.
I can't really add too much to that. She's just an awesome person to be around. So hopefully you guys are able to attend and meet her in person. She's got a lot of energy, and it's kind of somewhat contagious.
She does. And she has played Queen's Gambit with me. She has played Epic Duels with me, which is some of the games I'll be coming.
Ooh, are we going to see some rematches? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking I need to bring Armada just so I can have our
rematch. Boy, that Armada game. You have the best attitude ever. If anyone who hasn't heard the story, so I got confused on how to play. I stacked my order chips backwards.
Yep.
So this is like when Jar Jar Binks gets the upper hand on the Trade Federation. I was Jar Jar Binks.
Yep.
And he was the orderly Trade Federation. And because he didn't think someone was that stupid, I actually did my orders backwards.
See, I predicted you perfectly, but I didn't predict that you didn't understand the rules.
Yeah, it's like if Admiral Thrawn was looking at my artwork, he'd be looking at like a 6-year-old's color drawings and being like, "What? I don't understand. This guy's a moron." But I actually somehow came up on him broadside, and then flared my guns.
Not only that, but you got right into a blind spot. I was playing as the Imperials. I had the Star Destroyer. You got right into the blind side of the Star Destroyer. I'm like, how the frick did you do that?
And I was right there too, point blank. It just happened to be because I was doing everything backwards. And wow, that was great. So anyway, I was like, so what does it mean? He went, well, it means you won. And I was like, what? Yeah, I did.
That means you just destroyed me, apparently.
Yeah. So like,
rematch.
No, rematch. My Jar Jar magic only knows so much. But anyway, so some games, maybe RPGs, Scott Johnson card games. I want to be a part of everything. Sabacc, I think, would be fun to play. Sabacc, I gotta play that.
Yeah, I got that from the physical release of KOTOR 2. They had a little Sabacc playmat with cards in it too. So I'll bring that with us.
Love it. So so a lot of fun going on, just hanging out and generally just having fun. Yeah. The other thing that we're going to do that the next day, even though I believe everyone will be on their way out saying goodbye. Goodbyes will be said that morning. If you are sticking around, this is not official, but I wanted to go to a baseball game. Ryan wanted to go to a baseball game, and I'm going to go ahead and announce it. I was kidding on 2 months ago for a More Civilized Age, but Isaac from iTalk Studios, another big baseball channel on YouTube, has decided he's flying in and coming to the game. I invited him for the weekend. I don't know what he's going to think about everything if he does stay, because I know he and Ryan will be in and out recording videos. They got to do their regular live streams and stuff like that and edit videos. But I told him he's welcome to come out to eat, to hang out, to do game night, even Star Wars themed. So he may be down with whatever, but he's definitely coming to the baseball game with us too. And the baseball game will just have a bunch of us just sticking around. I didn't want to force anyone to go get a ticket. Like I said, breakfast is covered, folks, by the hotel. Breakfast is covered by the hotel. So I try to make this as cheap as you can. So if you have your voucher, you have a low hotel rate, which is going to be great.
Yeah,
and
I didn't expect us to get in the rates that low. That was really good.
Yeah, especially for that area. So we've kept the cost super low for everyone, so it can be feasible because it's not you're just coming in to hang out and do a Twin Sons donation drive, which is the highlight of it. And then of course meet a lot of great people. If you haven't met, I know Adam from Red 5 Reviews will be there. Geeks Addict are just two excellent guys. We were all in a wedding last year together, and it was so much fun. So why weren't you there?
I actually couldn't make it. I can't remember what it was now.
I can't remember what it was, but you had to,
I was supposed to be there, and I actually had I had everything reserved for it and everything, and I had to drop. That wasn't fun. What was it that caught me out of that? I can't remember now. Anyway, I missed out, so I didn't get to meet a lot of these guys in person.
It was tons of fun. I also know Scott Johnson will be there. I've got to hang out with him when I was in Orlando for a brief time. And I love Scott, great guy. Tristan, I'm happy people will get to meet Tristan. He's kind of reintroducing himself to a new generation of fans because he's been kind of out of the loop for a while. But he's still reading books. We were talking about books not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. He's not a fan of the Bantam era.
That's interesting. I know people that are the exact opposite of that. They're not a fan of anything past Bantam.
And Alora saying she will probably not be able to make it, which which means if Dylan comes, he will win the bikini contest now. So, Alora, thanks for giving him the W there. But it's too bad. I'd love to meet Alora. I think it was going to happen at Legends Con. Not going to happen here, but that's okay. But there's a few other people I know that are moving things around and trying to come in. Of course, Ryan and I will be there. Brian will be there. Amelia, we've already discussed, will be there. So already you're seeing it's just going to be a nice little crew. And like I said, if it's small, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So we're just going to have a good time hanging out, seeing each other, actually doing things. There's a inside joke between me and Geeks Addict that we didn't get to do much at the wedding weekend. Like we didn't get to do anything, in fact.
Well, you guys are
so this we were setting up for an event for 300 people. But the thing was, though, now we'll be able to do a few things and have a little bit of fun. And someone did email me just this past week and asked me about the meetup. If it's would this be an annual thing? I have no idea. Really. This is just a one-time thing to make up for the Legends Con cancellation. But in the future, I mean, like one of the ideas we had was to virtually bring the authors in on Zoom, or something in front of the crowd in a conference room. But of course, then we had to rent a bigger conference room. There'd be a small charge for that. I was like, I don't know about all this. So, but maybe in the future, who knows? It's not a no-go, but it's just something like right now we just want to do this one. And if it goes really well, if we think, maybe we can do something else like this, obviously we'd love to do it. But for this is just for people who have all the vouchers left over and they don't have any place to go. Mm-hmm. I know a few people told me about that. It's kind of bummed because they don't fly anywhere. So what are they going to do with the voucher? But either way, though, it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you can join us. And if not, that's fine. That's fine. Someone also said, can you make it a virtual event and live stream a lot? I can't live stream everything, but I'm sure between channels, we can.
I was going to say there are a lot of channels that are going to be there.
There's a lot of channels there. So we can have Red 5 stream for an hour while we're out book hunting, Geeks Addict stream for an hour, me stream for an hour, every so we could probably say, hey, go to this channel next.
I guess we could put it, it's not officially going to be virtual, but I suspect there's going to be a lot of stuff happening virtually anyway.
I promise you I'll probably stream at least once during the book run event and everything. That would be some type of fun there. But either way, it's just going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be just a nice little fun time, and I'm going to enjoy it. Now, there's one bit of business that we didn't get a hold of. So get ready for a more civilized age extra here, because Brian didn't tell me this until we went off the air. So, Legends Con is dead. Yeah, it's not coming back. But this is the meetup because it didn't, it's not happening. But there is no Legends Expo either, folks. There's no Legends Expo because they changed their name to Legacy Expo.
I'm not sure why they would do that. That just seemed odd to me, especially timing-wise.
And, I have an idea. But why are you changing? And here we go. I'm just going to pull this up here. Hold on. I don't need that. Where's it? There it is. Let me go to... Where is it? Yeah, so here it is. Now they are Legacy Expo. Why you would change your name, months before the event, just a few months before less than 6 months before the event, to further hide it from fans. Instead of Legends Expo, you went Legacy Expo, and to one more step away from the expanded universe. I mean, this has just been and by the way, what type of Thrawn is this? This is She-Thrawn. Look at those cheekbones. I don't understand this. But either way, now they're the Legacy. And everything's basically the same, except now it says Legacy Expo. Okay? Now, they haven't added any more guests. Let me see. I don't think
they have been advertising a lot on their Facebook page. And I do know people that are going to this.
No, I do too. But they got James Luceno, Barbara Hamley. Those are great. I don't know. I just don't know this guy, Gabriel Hardman. Stephen Barnes, who was going to come to the first one, but I can't remember. I think he had a sickness or ailment and couldn't make it. Abel G. Pena, that's nice. Good for
He's a good
him. A
guy.
lot of people,
Met him at the
a lot of
last
people
one.
love. Yeah, a lot of people love Sean Stewart and Karina Beckno. These are people that
Yep.
came last year. Michael Cogg. I mean, I'd love to meet this guy. West End Games guy. Definitely would love to meet him. And then Greg Miller, the guy who wrote Empire Strikes Back. Wow, he's alive. But yeah, so nice lineup. I'll be honest, really good
Yeah,
lineup.
it's not bad.
But are they going to do it? Well, at this point, I still don't think it's going to happen. I still don't believe it.
I'm waiting and seeing. I saw they expanded, they extended their fan table, vendor table deadline. So looks like they're still looking for submissions there. But we'll see. I find it very odd that they waited so long until they had to change their name. They must have ran into some sort of issue that would force that on them, because obviously that's not what's ideal.
Yeah, I don't know about that civil war between the two, but they're both going to sink each other. That's my opinion. And who knows? Maybe. And I'm not wishing Legacy Expo will die.
No.
I'm not wishing this, by the way. I'm not rooting against it, whatnot. I just don't see how, especially changing your name midway through, is going to add more people.
Yeah, I don't either. It seems like it's very, very poor timing if that was something you were planning on doing all along. So that's why I'm thinking something must have happened that forced that decision on them more than anything else. And I'm not sure what that is. And it is unfortunate that they stand to sink each other at minimum, which is, it's not what's good for the fandom. I mean, the last convention was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Laura's only 3 hours north, but she's not going to support them. And it's good that you use the term them. Okay, anyway. Hey, Michael, how's it going? They, them. OG, good for you. Anyway, no, I just don't think they're going to make it. But if they do, good. Those are great guests. Guests. I'd love to meet those guests too.
Yeah.
I'm not going because it's going to cost $4,000 to go for one weekend. I mean, the hotel's expensive. To get a plane ticket in there is expensive.
It did cost us a little bit. And Twin Suns had a table at the first convention. We just paid that out of pocket. Dylan and I just paid for that out of pocket. And it was fun. Hey, that was a great time. So, like, if you're going and this event does happen, you happen to catch a couple of the Twin Suns guys out there, definitely say hi. I think Dylan's going to that one.
Dylan, Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Production is going. And I'm fine if everyone is going, but Burbank is very pricey to get to that. I mean, you can fly in to another airport and then drive, but even that's expensive to get in the car rental. I mean, it's just a super expensive trip. It's funny because some of these big supporters of Legacy Expo now are saying, "Oh yeah, that's the real one," but I don't have the money right. No one, hardly anyone has that type of money.
Yeah, so, it is pricey to go to that one.
Yeah.
It was it was not something I was able to do on short notice. So
yeah, but this meetup will not be pricey. But of course, obviously, we're not selling tickets to this. So obviously, I'm not counting the ticket price.
Your tickets cost $0. They're only there so I can figure out how many people are going.
It'll say get your tickets. It'll say price $0. So get one for your friend. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, it was very easy to set up. So maybe in the future we will do a virtual one, charge $25 or whatever. You'd have to see what they may not charge anything if they're just coming in, zooming in their time. Maybe have 2 or 3 speakers. I thought about that, about 3 or 4 speakers a day. With Q&A, they may just come in and just let us do something. If it's virtual, they'll have to leave the comfort of their home. All we have to do is rent out a space for the weekend. But either way, that's just way getting ahead of each other. I'm not really thinking about making this a yearly thing, but this one, I'm definitely
it's not impossible. About. I mean, if this goes well and everybody has a good time, I don't see why we couldn't make it a more regular thing.
I don't know all the parking and hotel fees if there are. I do know in that area there's generally not a parking fee. I have stayed at the hotel in
for Richardson.
Richardson because I've stayed in Plano, which is just north of that, and there was no parking fee.
For the hotel,
it was a nicer hotel too.
I know they're charging us $74 for single beds and $79 for the double bedroom.
Double queen. So I don't think now all the fees, there'll be taxes, of course, with that.
Yeah,
but That's the hotel fee and no parking fee. Like I said, because I was in Plano, which is north of a little bit bigger city than Richardson, and it had no parking lot fee. So I would assume no, there's no fee. We try to keep the cost as much as they can. They ripped off your Cantina Nights name. Oh no, Cantina Nights. Well, I mean, don't worry because they'll change that to Legacy Nights.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I still think that's really weird. Stuck out definitely as an odd piece of news. That was just before we did the recording for that More Civilized Age 2. But no, it's going to be a good time. So I think somebody asked earlier where this is happening. It's Richardson, Texas, so Dallas area, kind of northeast, I think it is, of Dallas, by about 30 minutes drive outside of Dallas. Not even. It's like suburbs of Dallas.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like if you flew into Dallas, then you just catch a cab, catch a train, whatever.
Yeah, I plan on taking an Uber from the airport.
Yeah, and Richardson's just one of those. It's one of those small towns. There's a ton of small towns around Dallas. It's just one of those. It was the northeast, right?
Yeah, I think it's
northeast of Dallas.
It's kind of between Dallas and Plano, is what we.
It's in between Dallas and Plano. It's a smaller town. It's very pretty out there. Traffic, I heard, was lower because I was like, I want to get stuff for people who are driving in because there's a few people driving in. I wanted to make sure the traffic was feasible. But of course, like we said, this is the lull before the storm.
Right.
It's going to be because originally we were looking at planning a few weeks down the road, but then one of my good friends goes, "Oh, there's plenty to do that week. That's when the Texas State Fair is here. They'll be there starting the next weekend, which is the last week in September, and all the way till mid-October." And I was like,
yep.
"Oh,"
which was the time frame we were looking at for this, and we're like, "Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go just ahead of it, unfortunately." So yeah, that's what we ended up aiming for, was that weekend of the 19th through the 20th, 21st, I think it is.
Yeah,
19th through 20th.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good time. And I know Matt and I are both getting there on technically the 18th.
Yeah, cheapest convention because no one of importance will be there.
That's right.
But it will be a nice. Like I said, I didn't want it to be pricey if we were going to do it. A lot of you who were going to Legends, and if you weren't going to Legends Con, you're invited too. I'm not saying just for Legends Con people, but for the Legends Con people who had the plane ticket and they now have a voucher because you can't get a refund on that, they're like, "Well, where am I going to go?" I was like, "Oh, you can still go there." And you can still enjoy it, but this will be just a meetup. I don't, like I said, I don't expect a big group. I don't want a big group necessarily. We are going to have some people driving in, so we'll be able to probably pack people in some cars and everything. And, everyone should have, we should get along swimmingly. However, if of course it's a bigger group, like 50, then we're going to have some transportation issues. But right. I don't foresee that happening. I foresee a smaller group coming in, which is fine because
worst case scenario, we would just have a group that's probably hanging out in the conference room the whole time we're there. I mean, if we get those rooms, there's a hotel block of 15 rooms that are set aside for under the reservation of Twin Suns Foundation. So if you are looking to reserve hotel rooms, make sure you mention Twin Suns Foundation.
Yeah.
But if we get those 15 rooms, we get the use of that conference room basically the entire time we're there without restriction.
Yeah. So they were really nice to give us that too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how much the conference room fits. I'm sure it's a smaller conference room.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because that's something that, like I said, we'll do the meetups in, and we'll usually use it in the mornings and then late in the evenings after we get back from dinner for game nights and hangouts. But I think it's going to be great. It's going to get us out of the way, so we won't have to stay. See, my concern the only concern I had was late at night. Where are we going to hang and talk? In their lobby? They're not going to like that. Or in their breakfast area that's closed. I mean, they may allow if it's 15, 20 people, but if we're in a conference room, we're kind of out of sight, out of mind. And, they don't have to worry about that. So, yeah, I got my Pib Extra going. Liz, I sure do. See, we're swinging Allura around. So Dylan will not wear the crown. He even has a metal bikini, too. Allura that he was hoping to show off.
Please show up so we don't have to see that.
But I know, Laura, you will not be the only girl. I know that Tristan is bringing his girlfriend. I know that Amelia will be there. I know that my friend, who doesn't even care about Star Wars, she lives in the area. She goes, y'all doing a half price books day? I went, well, we're doing a lunch. I may come for that. So we may be joined by an old friend of mine, because she just loves going to used bookstores and everything. And
it's like a treasure hunt. You never know what you're going to find at those places. They're awesome to go to.
And the thing is, I know for a fact there is a hardback bound edition of something I need. It's a little pricey, because it's one of those UK books. They're like $50, $75 for a hardback. It's like, I can't remember.
You mentioned what it was. I can't remember what it was now.
It's either No Prisoners or what's the other one? There's No Prisoners and it's those two.
I'm spacing.
Wild Space.
Wild Space.
Yeah, you said spacing. Wild Space. So I can't remember which one I have, but it's the other one. And even though I don't want to spend that much, maybe I will splurge and get that one to add to my hardback collection that I'm slowly building.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love going to antique stores too, OG. In fact, if there is an antique store, Laura, you need to drive with me, because we may make an impromptu visit to some of those.
Might have to do that too, because you can always find some fun stuff. Like you can find some good Expanded Universe stuff in there. Okay, so where Brian lives, there is a place called Brass Armadillo, and place. You have two of them. Yep.
I cannot. Now, I pride myself in walking in and walking out and under an hour. I'm one and done.
Nope.
When you go to Brass Armadillo, first time I went, I had to call in late to a dinner meetup, I think, because I was having dinner with some of my teammates at work. And I was like, hey, guys, I'm running a little late. And then an hour later, I said, oh, darn this traffic.
In the middle of this Brass Armadillo.
And I told my wife, I said, I have been here for 4 hours and I'm not done. I am trying to move as fast as she went. You? Because I'm never there for longer than an hour. And even when I try to get in and out in under an hour, I never have, because there's always and the churn rate. And what I mean by that, in a lot of antique stores, some of them don't have a churn rate. Brass Armadillo, it's like every week something's new. Yes, they have some of the same old, but but a lot of those vendors are churning their, and not just, you always see a churn during Christmas, right? Because the vendors start putting, it usually happens in September, October. They start putting all their Christmas stuff out and taking away some of their old stuff. So that's when you see the most churn. But at Brass Armadillo, every time I went, every month, it was like a new churn, just all the stuff that I'd never seen before.
Yep.
And I was like, wow.
And that's why you got to search every little area, because you never know what you're going to find in those places. And that's true for most antique stores, actually. It's one of the things that so I usually head over to the Florida, and we hit some antique stores there when I'm there with family, and I'm always looking for good finds for Expanded Universe stuff in those stores.
Yeah, and sometimes you can come across them from time to time.
I've seen, like, I think we mentioned it during A More Civilized Age, but those micro machines from the Expanded Universe, like those sets do occasionally show up there in those antique shops. Different toys will too.
There is one for super cheap. There's several for super cheap at my local comic book store. They don't know what they have. They're like in the clearance bin. I need to go get them.
I was going to say, it sounds to me like they're calling your name. I can hear it from here.
Yeah, I need to go get them. I need to go pick them up. No, Stealth, I do have, I can't remember which one. I think I have Stealth. I need Siege. That's one I'm never going to get. Hey, Justin, how's it going, man? How you doing? Yep, used bookstores. Yeah, I have too. I used to find, and I should have started picking them up, but any omnibuses from Science Fiction Book Club, I should have started picking those up. I used to see those all the time.
Another thing I found is audio tapes of the audiobooks. I've been finding some of those at the antique shops. So
that's really good. You have a place called Old Comic Book Store where they have novels, Robert Lee Charles. Oh, cool. You can be there for hours. Yeah. Doing the Pib Extra. Thank you. Double pump. I'm looking like Tom Cruise drinking this from Top Gun now. I feel like this I do not lift weights, but anyway, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So we just wanted to come in and talk about that. Other things we wanted to talk about here. My rewatch will actually be close to wrapping up when the Legends Con meetup happens. And so I am already prepping videos to because now I've got I'm finishing up Droids. I think I'm going to be getting on the Ewoks soon, and then the Ewoks movies, and then the holiday special. And I think that all ends around September, end of September. And then after that, I am going to go into RPGs. I've already dove headfirst into the RPGs now that I don't have any friends and don't have game nights anymore. I have all this spare time, so I've been diving into RPGs and really loving it, recording some videos ahead of time. I got to edit them now, but I'm already getting those started, and it's July, so I'm super excited. But of course, the reading bug has bit me again. I've been reading other non-Star Wars stuff this year, and over the past few months, I've been at a standstill because everything that I want to read, I can only grab it free in ebook form, and I'm tired of reading ebook. I want to read a book. And so then as I've been looking at these RPGs, I was like, well, I'm eventually going to have to tackle these. So I'm going to get a good head start. And, maybe we will have multiple videos for at least the first couple of weeks. Nice. But I do plan when I go on my vacation, I'm going to bring a whole gob stack of them because that's all I'm going to do is just read. That's all I ever do.
So when you're talking about doing the RPGs, what do you mean? What's a rough overview of what you're doing?
Yeah. What it's going to look like is it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to place. It's not going to feature my face anymore. It's just going to feature me opening up the book, kind of going page by page. I'm not going to be reading things. In fact, I just recently decided I'm not going to give that many spoilers, although some of the pictures give spoilers away. And so I will kind of talk about that. But I'm trying not to do too many spoilers, even giving you overviews, like my first review of the Expanded Universe. But in this case, it's like, well, if I tell you every little secret thing, then that does kind of spoil the whole, if you want to play the RPG. So I'm just telling you the plot points, some connections to EU characters, because there's a lot more connections to the EU in there that I didn't know until reading it later. And now that I'm reading it again, I'm finding more connections that I did not realize beforehand and saying, oh, wait, this first appearance was in West End Games, which makes sense because all the authors got a big stack of this.
Yep.
And they read it, especially Kevin J. Anderson. Holy cow. Kevin J. Anderson read a lot and got ideas for future stories and
that's what a good RPG will do too. It will give you ideas.
Oh man. And reading these have been so exciting because every time I'm reading through an adventure, like I'm reading through one right now, because sometimes they read like chapters in a way. Sometimes, and I like how instead of explaining you, this is how it works. It's basically, there's one I'm reading right now where, I think it's Kraken is sitting down with a bunch of rebel troops going, okay, so you want to create a rebel cell. And they're like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, here's what you got to do. And then it's Kraken telling you, the reader, how you can set up your own rebel cell on the planet and what you need to think about and equipment you may need, people, networking, how to get reports in, scanning, going undercover, getting key card, slicers, what slicers do, all this stuff, but it's in story form. I mean, honestly, rereading these, I have underestimated West End Games. Even though I know they're the best, I underestimate the brilliance, the absolute sheer brilliance of it. And going from West End Games to what Brian is just posting there, Wizards of the Coast, I know is going to be a cold water moment for me.
It's very different.
It's very different. And if I recall, it doesn't have the comfort blanket that the West End Games got it. It seems like they not only did they, love what they were doing, they were swimming in this. I mean, this is something they would have done for free. It feels like there's passion on every page in every story. There was one that, I mean, honestly, how they built some of these campaigns or how-tos is straight out of a book. Right now, I'm doing a lot of design at my job here, design training material, and some of the things that they got are just exactly, but step by step, what you would do to help someone learn something in your department there.
Nice.
And I'm just really there's one story that they have, and that story is unbelievable. It's an unbelievable story that kind of ties in everything that they've learned. So I was like, oh wow, this kind of ties it, puts everything together. So I just found that just super exciting, super thrilling.
Some of those RPG source books are pretty good though. If Laura was talking about the one I think she's talking about, it's one of my favorites from Wizards of the Coast was the New Jedi Order source book. So many good things in that book. Mm-hmm. Of course, I was really into New Jedi Order because I was reading it as it was coming out, so it was always one of my favorite things. But everything that added to it was so awesome. I have never played one of the modules though in one of the RPGs. I've always done kind of like one-off games where I just made up the storyline for people to play through.
Melissa, there is a friend of mine, and he played a lot of them back in the day, and so I was going to ask him a little bit about how he did, because he played a lot of the West End games. Now he didn't have all the West End games, so when I showed him my collection, he was like, "Oh wow, you have
Stoked.
this, and that." You know, that's just like, I was like, "Oh, you didn't have that kind of stuff," and he didn't, but he said that this is really cool, the stuff that you do have. And so he played a lot of those adventures back in the day. And, of course, like you said, he made up his own.
Yeah.
So it really is. Yeah. And a lot of people, it seems, did home brews.
Yep.
To be fair, West End Games had a little bit more free range.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. I don't know that history.
I'm thinking that's also the truth, just because West End Games had it so much earlier than Wizards of the Coast did. There just wasn't as much to conflict with. So, and then, of course, by the time Wizards of the Coast came into the picture, things were a lot more structured at that point by Lucasfilm, if I'm not mistaken. Like they had a lot more direct control over everything.
That's true. But nothing like West End Games. And it was the Wild West a little bit, because West End Games had them during the dark times. Even during the dark times, that was the only game in town for a long while.
And that's why I'm not as familiar with them, to be honest. Like I have the re-release anniversary edition of the core game book, but I have nothing else from West End Games, so that'll be interesting to see what you do with those.
Yeah. And they love Ewoks too, as I've seen. So yeah. Now I am interested, because I mean, here's Justin talking about the New Jedi Order source book. There were a lot of the Unknown Regions. The Unknown Regions source book is really good too.
I have a lot of the West Coast games ones, but they're all, I just love looking through them all. Though I think my favorites for both of those were the Star Wars vehicles and vessels guides. Not only the guidebooks, but the actual source books. Those were always interesting because they tried to put stats to different vehicles and whatnot, and then gave background information you might not have known about. And all the information you need to make it really fit in well with whatever you were doing in those campaigns, and it makes it feel a lot more real. And I just loved that. That was my favorite stuff to look through. Rules how to make your own ships too. That was always fun. I lost a few weekends to making ships.
Indeed, yeah. So I'll be going over all the book ones too. A lot of them, technical manuals too, source books and everything. I not really any particular order, but and then I have a lot of supplemental stuff, some of their stuff, online stuff they did later on, and I have those in binders. And I may wait till the very end to get to kind of that kind of stuff. But this is another project that as I'm looking at all the books, because I did stop at Force and Destiny when they said, "Hey guys, this is Legends, this is canon." I was like, oh. And then from then on out, they went straight canon. And by the way, sales dropped.
Did they?
And Scott Johnson double checked me on this, but sales dropped because they didn't do that many Force and Destiny after that. And Fantasy Flight kind of delivered it to a different Edge Studios has it, and they haven't done anything with it. I think Scott knows a little bit more about that than I do, so I'll be quiet on that. But they haven't really touched anything on it. But it didn't go too many books after that. Force and Destiny one, and I think that is because EU fans stopped buying it. I know I did.
Yep.
That's when I said, "Oh, there's no more." Yeah, I have the Art of Star Wars 2. OG, I think it's beautiful. Now, source books and everything like that. That's one of the ideas we have to do for a more civilized age.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an upcoming episode, I believe.
That may be the upcoming.
That's a discussion I'm either looking forward to or being part of, because it's a very interesting
it's going to be the next episode, but I may delay it because I'm going to be on vacation during the next live stream, and I won't have my books with me, and I want my books with me so I can start checking and geeking out with everyone. And I think because I came up with another topic, and there's like 3 topics we didn't get to. I keep kicking these topics to the cans.
This is a good problem to have. He has a lot of topics for these more civilized.
I do have a lot of topics. Oh yeah, but I already discussed that. Okay, so well, I guess we can still talk about this. So yeah, there's a few topics we could probably discuss in August, and then September the live, and then back in October we'll do the guide to guides.
I want to be there for that one because that's going to be a fun conversation.
That's going to be a full-fledged episode there, and then that saves my November. I got November. I got December's one. So I got like I said, I got everything planned out. But because we've just been, it started a few months ago when we didn't pick up one topic, so I booted that down to the next month, and then booted those 2 topics, booted 3 topics, booted 4. I think we still have 3 topics. 1, 2, 3 topics. One's kind of small, but. So we do have a few topics we just never get around to address. And if there's other things, I'll poke them out too, because sometimes it's recent news that does it or a surprise. Like I had no idea the Andor talk was going to go that long. I was just going to get Meg's thoughts on it, but Isaac was so excited to talk about something that he knew he wanted to talk about. And I was like, oh no, this was just to get Meg's thoughts on it because we were going to wrap. That was supposed to be something that was going to be a 10-minute conversation, turned into 31 minutes. I counted. I
would have been blank stare the whole time.
I was so bored. I was so out of the conversation there. But I love Meg. I love that she gives these shows a try. That's why she's on here. She's unabashedly not a new canon fan, but someone who gives a fair review of it. If she likes it, what she doesn't like. And a lot of times she does not like it. Now, she did love Andor, but she gives fair assessments on everything. Like, what was the other one before? The Acolyte. She saw like the first episode when she went, well, I'm interested in watching the whole thing through because it shows promise. And I remember after that stream, Ryan, the guy who blows up on people, was very kind to her, but afterwards goes, when we went off stream, he was like, Matt's crew is going to kill you over that, right? That comment, he's like, I can't believe you said that. But then later on, she said, okay, it's not the worst show, but it's definitely it's definitely at the bottom for her because she said it didn't deliver on this. But her, when she critiques it, it's coming from the heart. She really wanted to give it a fair shot. I adore Raging Rhino. But he hate watches those things, man. I don't know why I love the man. He's another guest I'm going to eventually try to get on because I love him so much. But he hate watches those things. Of course they're going to be bad. What did you expect? But I still love them. To each their own. I'm still suffering through the Marvel stuff only to do a podcast about it because we do superhero. Yeah, we do superhero podcasts. And so we did, in fact, we're not going to break down on Saturday Morning Sam Flange. We'll do other movies, non-superhero usually. And so Karate Kid Legends that came out in May, we were supposed to review that, but my other buddy will not watch it because he heard it was horrible. So, we're not watching, we're not talking about it. I think in a recent upcoming Prince of the Universe, we're going to talk about Thunderbolts, and I don't know what other Marvel show came out. I can't remember. It was Ironheart. Yeah,
Ironheart. You and Ryan were talking about that a little bit.
We were talking about that a little bit afterwards. So I mean, it's just disappointing. But I do it so because Bruce really keeps up with the Marvel stuff, even though he doesn't like it as much. He still keeps up with it. So it's something he and I can talk about still. So I do it for him. Or the Ewok movies peak. I love the Ewok movies. I watched them all the time as a kid. And we had them on VHS. Oh, no, Beta. Excuse me. Before VHS, there was a Betamax. Yeah. We had them on Betamax because my dad recorded them when they came on live. We don't have those tapes anymore, I don't think. But it did come out on DVD a long time ago, and I bought it on DVD. But as a kid, we watched those Betamax. When we had a VHS, we still had our Betamax. But the only thing that got played on, the only reason Dad didn't throw it away is because we still watched the Ewok movies. That is the only reason we had a Betamax in the 90s. In the early 90s, even though everyone was on VHS now, there was a Betamax in my mom and dad's room that was gathering dust. And it was the sole purpose of it being there was when we wanted to watch the Ewok movies again. Because like I said, a lot of my childhood was watching those Ewok movies. We loved them as kids. So really, really, really happy to review those. That was easy homework there.
Weren't you going to be doing something with reviewing on the holiday special too? I think you mentioned something about that.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do I decided to go ahead and do the holiday special and just get it over with. I thought about saving that for Christmas, but I thought I don't want to save this. So we'll have it all done, get that out. Hey, John, I don't watch the newer stuff. So that's new canon. So I'm not going to review that. Or what was the last season of Clone Wars? They came out years later, 7 or 8 or whatever. So I'm not reviewing that one either. But I do know that my good friends at Scoundrels Cantina love the Bad Batch. They're big fans of it. But for me, no, I didn't watch it. Anything new canon, I just don't have an interest in. If anyone wants to watch it, that's totally fine. It's just not for me. But
unlike Meg, I don't know that we could give it a fair shake. So.
I would not. I know I would not. I know it would tear things apart. People want me to watch the sequel. I haven't even seen the sequel trilogy. I've never even watched it. And the thing is, oh man, I want you to watch it and tear it apart. Okay, first off, why would I do that? Because that would just ruin it for people who loved it. And secondly, I don't want to waste 6 hours of my life.
I think the closest I've got to watching those was the How It Should Have Ended on YouTube. Those are hilarious. I don't even have the context for everything that they're making fun of. But I find them all hilarious. I mean, they're done well.
Red Letter Media, if they've done anything on it, that's probably what I've seen. But I've been listening. I listen to them in the background. I don't watch the show. So I've heard about things and quotes and stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm very unfamiliar with anything new canon. But the thing is, though, after that, and I think this RPG thing is going to last me for at least a year, maybe 2. I don't know. It's going to be a while. And then from there, I am going to hike into the video game era. That's my weakest thing. And someone asked, would I be doing playthroughs? No, because I'm not playing them. However, that's not a bad idea to have someone play through some of these games live and have me watch it. That may be an option. That may be something that everyone loves playthroughs. I don't play video games anymore, but that was a good option. Of course, I can watch playthroughs or the cinematic story-wise.
So kind of along the same lines, I just saw this last night. Channel by the name of Loresmith is doing like a anime version of Knights of the Old Republic 2. And they're like a couple episodes in. They're like, first one doesn't have a lot to it, but the second one, they started picking some stuff up. And definitely worth looking into, guys, because I thought it was interesting.
There you go. So by the time I finish my RPG, it'll already be done.
He might be done, but it's good. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but the holiday. I will say this for the holiday special: if there's one musical act I love, it is Bea Arthur's song. It is a catchy little tune. So,
someone's speaking my language down there.
There you go. Yeah, so a lot of the games, and some of the games I did play back in the day, but we're talking about the story-driven games and stuff like that, things that have a official EU story around them, and those will be the ones I'll be happily talking about, and maybe give side notes on a few other ones. But things like Pod Racer, get out of here. No, I'm not going to review Pod Racer or something. I mean, Master of the Terrace Key has what's her name, Erin, whatever that character, and I was excited, but they really don't put her in any of the books or anything.
But she has a miniature.
She has a miniature. Yeah, she has a miniature. So they tried to make her a big thing, but no author was interested in picking her up and giving her a story. Ardent Lynn, right?
Yes, yeah.
Ardent Lynn was her name. Yeah, and I played Masters of the Terrace Key. It was a Street Fighter knockoff.
Yeah,
I had it on PlayStation. Rogue Squadron is the best game I had. The original,
it was my favorite game for the longest time.
I thought the second one was so bad; it was so terrible. But the original was really good. I didn't even play it, but I mean that I was out by then. But the thing is that go ahead.
Of course, the second one did allow you to play as a B-wing in a level or two, so I kind of liked it for that. But outside of that, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard about that, Melissa. I'll have to try it there. Playing nerdy games like watching how they say speak so along with Jedi Prince, that's true. But no, so eventually it'll switch over to the video games. I'll figure out. I mean, I have a couple of years to figure that out, and then go through all the video games. So I mean, this is the wonderful thing about the EU. There's content.
Dark
everywhere.
Forces, all the Kyle Katarn
the
games.
Dark Forces, the
Jedi Knight,
Republic, the Old Republic, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, if you can do, I think you can play that. If you wanted to play that, you can play that for free, and the base stories are actually probably the best of the stories there anyway. So worthwhile.
Yeah. But I mean, we look at everything because those are Knights of the Republic were big recruiters of the expanded universe. A lot of people got in by playing the video games and want to know more about the lore. So yeah,
maybe you'll be in mid swing if they ever do that remake for Knights of the Old Republic, the original.
And who knows? Who knows? But I'll make a list and look and check it twice, and then go through it.
Republic Commando versus the game versus the books. That's a good one.
Well, I mean, eventually, maybe so. Put this game storyline versus the book. I'm sure I love the game better, but either way, though,
they don't intermix that much.
Okay, I am interested because this is something I have zero knowledge of, so I'll be seeing a lot of this stuff fresh for the first time. Even the stuff I did play, like I played through Force Unleashed, the first one. Or no, I didn't play through it all. I don't think I even beat it. But someone gave it to me a long, long time ago, and I played it for a little while. But even when I was into video games, for some reason, I was never into Star Wars video games. Star Wars video games was, and same thing with board games today. I'm into board games, but not that much Star Wars board. I mean, obviously I have a few. Queen's Gambit is a great one. But a lot of other ones, I don't play. I bought Imperial Assault, like everything that comes with it, and I just don't. I was talking to Spencer Crilly this week about this. I just don't play it. And when my team, my group loved playing that game, it's just for me. I'm like,
it's kind of the same thing for me. It's more of a collectible than it is like a game to play.
Yeah,
in those instances.
Yeah, because the minis are nice and everything. But to be honest, and it's supposed to be Descent 2.0, like the rules of Descent, but a little bit better, and everyone likes it. I like the rules of Descent better. Now, the thing is, I was playing Descent for years. And so, but I told Spencer there's a few things I really hate about Imperial Assault. It drives me up the wall. And should I be, and he just recently, what he's trying to do is get me to play it solo because there's an app there that can help out. But even their main app, it's crap. You have to get the fan-made app to get all your expansion and everything. I said, see, even that's just crap. And but either way, yeah. So there's Force Unleashed is fun. Haven't seen the cinematic trailers, cool animation. Yeah.
The SWTOR trailers are all very good. Well done. More recent ones I haven't seen, but the original ones definitely all done well.
Yeah. So I mean, there's just so much out there to enjoy because actually when we did our EU March Madness last year and we had these soundtracks, I got to listen to soundtracks I never knew existed, like the Knights of the Republic.
Love those.
And,
Shadows of the Empire has its own soundtrack.
Exactly, but you told me about another one that was it Republic Commando?
Republic Commando has its own with the
with the local. Oh man, there were some really good soundtracks that Brian was introducing me to that I just never knew. I mean,
video game music's always been great, but Star Wars video game music is always pretty good too.
And the KOTOR 2 soundtrack plays streaming. Yeah, I got that streaming, and I was like, oh wow. So
well, I think they released that officially too around the same time
they did.
It was great.
Yeah. So it's just incredible. So I got to listen to some of the music, which the music is always beautiful. You're right. So that was really nice. But it's just ever expanding. The expanded universe is
the Rogue Squadron.
Squadron main theme. There's a good one, Tim. Yeah. Republic Commando. Yeah. So. And I think that's what there was a marching song or something you told me.
Yeah, there are two from Republic Commando, if I'm remembering correctly. One of them was Vodeon. I can't remember what the other one is, but yeah, they are it's the first time I've heard, Star Wars, Mandalorian language being spoken. Mandoa? Is that what it is? Mandoa?
Mandoa. Yeah, but anyway, that was really cool. That was one of the first ones after we did our stream. You said, hey, you got to listen to this. And I did. I was like, whoa. So I'm really, that's really interesting. Bounty Hunter 2002 music is her favorite. So
Bounty
yeah.
Hunter is one of the games I have not actually played, so I might have to go back and check that one.
So I mean, going even further, Melissa, into the future videos, do you do a listen through? You know, do you listen to these and talk about the soundtrack?
There's so many things you can do. Definitely.
There's so many unique things I'd love to do. Like, I mean, Alora talks about the art of Star Wars. I love that. I still don't think I did the artist any justice when I reread the comic books. I'm just more of a story driven guy, and that was an insult to some of the great artists. I'm trying to point out there's an artist, I do know his name now, who worked for West End Games, who I love and I am appreciating, and I'm showing my appreciation, at least in the first video. But I plan to show my appreciation for more of the artists more and be more conscious of that. But like I said, there's just a ton of things to explore about the expanded universe. It's a topic that just it can get old if you're talking about the same old. But I mean, I didn't think of More Civilized Age. I think it was last year. I said, "Hey guys," oh no, it was 2 Decembers ago. I said, "What should More Civilized Age break away from expanded universe material?" Because the idea was like, man, I don't know if I'll have that much to do another. Because I'm trying to write out episodes. I don't think I have that many topics left. Unique topics, and yet here we are. And I've already planned out for the whole year.
I was going to say, you're looking now at 2026 topics.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2026 topics now, so I'm pretty much good ahead. And who knows what's going to pop up between now and then. So there's just a lot of just
that's why
stuff out there.
Yeah. That's why this event, though, is going to be so much fun, because there's just so much to talk about. Even though nothing much new is happening with the expanded universe, there's still so much to talk about and ground to cover with everybody who's going to be there. And not everybody's going to be at the same knowledge levels. So I feel like I'm going to learn a ton of stuff while I'm there talking with everybody.
Oh, I forgot. So early in the morning before breakfast, there'll be a workout at the gym and a prank call to Dylan, who is on the West Coast. And it'll be super early for him. So we're going to prank call Dylan probably at 4 a.m. his time, 6 a.m. ours. I forgot to add that to the schedule there. That'll be one.
I'll edit that in.
Yeah, maybe we'll just edit that in later on. That's right. Actually, Amelia's not going to want to miss that. So whenever Amelia's ready,
that's right.
That's actually when we're going to do that one. But no, it is going to be a lot of fun. We do hope you join us. If you can't, that's totally fine. This is, like I said, it's for people who couldn't go to Legends Con, just to kind of make up for that. Or people who just want to meet up. And if you don't, or you can't afford it, or you don't have the time, don't worry about it. It's not like we're, wanting people, we're not really promoting. We're just letting people know it's there. It's out there. Anyone who wants to come is welcome.
Right.
So then you can check it out. Again, it's in the description of the video. You can look it up at Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Right?
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. Stupid. Eventbrite. And then just type in expanded universe and the information will pop up. And it doesn't cost anything for tickets. It's just a reserve. But remember, if you do call Sparks by Hilton, just say it's for the Twin Sons Foundation.
Yep.
So
you should be able to get you good rates.
One of the rooms of the Twin Sons Foundation, you'll get the rates. It looks like we're getting $5 off the rate, which I'll take that.
But the rates right now are lower than they were a couple of months ago. So
they did go down. So this is recent right now. So they may go back up and whatever by then, and they will definitely spike the next week when the Texas
definitely.
But we're definitely, you get like a little bit of a discount there, and it's already cheap. It's already going to be nice. As you saw, it's a really nice hotel. I'm just happy that we got everything. It's going to look fun.
Yep.
And
donation should go well. 501st's on board. Hospital's on board.
So excited. Yeah, the hospital has been great about that. The 501st is willing and ready. Super happy.
Probably my easiest actual event put together for any hospital event.
Oh man, the communication between the three of y'all has been just absolutely wonderful. It's been complimentary. It's been everyone's on the same page.
We've all worked together before, so I think that's why. But it's definitely the easiest one I've ever had.
It's definitely been smooth. It's
going to be nice to meet them in person, because I had to do this remote last time. It was Amelia running that one, so it'll be fun to meet them all in person.
And to be honest, the people at the hotel have been awesome too. Really awesome. Quick responses for clarification questions and stuff like that. Very kind. Offered us the conference room. We didn't have to ask for that. Very helpful, answering any questions. So everyone there has been really awesome too. So
Yep.
I'm just expecting an awesome time.
Yeah, no, it should be a good time. I mean, it's not going to be like the biggest authors ever are going to be there, but it'll be like all these people I like are going to be there. So
Yep, that's true. So yeah, I'm just kind of so sad, but I can't play my videos anymore. What am I going to do for a more civilized age? I'm actually going to buy something, a membership. Who
that's
knows?
so
But either
silly that
way,
SteamYard's doing that. It's silly.
I know. Got to get that money though. Anyway, folks, you guys have an excellent rest of your weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.